Mm. Uh-oh, what's up, gang? What's up, gang? What's up, gang? If you're new here, welcome to the Spiritual Ghetto. If not, welcome back. I'm looking not to do so just run with it. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. Not really different, you know what you're here for. But I got it in the title. And if you're wondering why the title was out there, I think I'm gonna read from a couple of different decks today concerning the situation. Um, concerning the situation, but we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I titled this. Wait, let me get my things going. There we go. There we go. I titled this, Is It Really a MAGA Minaj? Because that's what the streets are saying. And you know we gotta beat the street. Who's that? Is that Future? Future is a Scorpio though, so it could be channeling Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is very mysterious energy, so it's no reason, it's no not no reason, but it's no surprise that it kind of covers this reading. So she could be being advised by a Scorpio as well. Um, or Gemini. Scorpio or Gemini energy out here, but Scorpio is it's not really about being the master of illusions, but it is the master of mystery and secrecy, as well as magic and transformation. It's very odd energy to be sitting on though. Let's see what's coming out here. Self-sacrifice and the middle way, the line between opposite extremes. Hmm. Okay. Self-sacrifice is the first card out here, and we already know that Nicki Minaj is somebody who, like, no matter how the public has received it or bucked the system, she has sacrificed herself time and time again to create some sort of change, and has been able to do so, and has been wildly successful at that. The middle way, the line between opposite extremes, indicating, I'm going to draw more clarity on this, but indicating that current actions are not, these aren't even the extremes of things. These aren't even the extremities of the actions. This is something very calculated, this pointed, which we all know. If you're a fan of her or her music, mental forces out here, these are very calculated steps. Um, for those wondering if this is like I'm seeing have compassion was the first card, but for those wondering if this was like some sort of like, oh, did she lose her mind? Has she gone like fully crazy? That's not here now. There's a message here with the Sagittarius card. This is the messenger card in this particular deck, and the compassion. There's something with the message, even though the Sun card comes out in reverse, and I usually don't read reversals in this Oracle deck, but in reverse, it's like this is kind of signaling like the wrong messenger. It's not the wrong messenger, but the kind of like we feel like it's right message, wrong person. So therefore, people are not really receiving what it is that she's saying. Again, I've heard clips of the interviews, um, clips that of course can be tangled and things. But this is somebody who's a linguist. Not literally a linguist, but a linguist nevertheless. Somebody who loves words, loves language. Stay focused. Remember why you started rebirth. There's a transformation that comes out of this. This isn't even the transformation itself. This like MAGA Minaj or like embracing politics or what is this actually? Let's get clear on what this is, because out of this is going to come some sort of transformation. So what is this to start with? Hmm. Three cards I got out here are leveling up with strong conviction, the Virgo card. and healed. Interestingly enough, though, the people on this leveling up card are whom? Um, I'm gonna take a wild sidestep here because after looking at this leveling up the strong conviction and healing card, the something that came to me is I think I think she's because a lot of people want to be in like want to say she's doing this out of comparison to another mogul, but what it is like one, it is leveling up, but it's also like coming to the light is like feeling powerless, and coming to the light are here as well as trust your intuition. These are specific moves, right? These are specific specified moves, again with the mental forces card out here, not to necessarily be equal, but at the same time to be an equal powerhouse. She always talks about how like had I been a man and done the things that I've done in my career, I would have been offered different positions or different expansion packs, basically, right? Different routes that other men have been offered only because they are men. And that's something she speaks about a lot. Now, where I think a lot of people are putting the question and the pressure on, is she backing MAGA so she can have a supporting empire? And this does kind of feel like the inner calling card is here. Fear is what's making you question it. And Capricorn card is here. Uh, the Capricorn card in regular tarot is usually the devil. So obviously, we all feel like this has strings attached to it because we're not stupid. But as far as the inner calling and fear is what's making you question it, this is one a path that she actually does have to walk openly. It's not necessarily. It is a stunt in a scheme. It is a it is a stunt in a scheme set up by Todd to come to us with the bullshit. But with the Earthbound and the Hermit energy, a lot of people are right with the narrative of isolation, the narrative of a hip hop industry no longer backing, and a lot of people would like to blame her for not being backed by that industry or backed by those people or backed by those spaces. Um, Acceptance just flew out here is a lot of people would like to blame her, but one of the things that has come out is she's come to accept it. Again, she talks often all the time, if you hear her interviews, she has accepted the villain role and has accepted that she is the only one who can play it. Which again, why does it seem like a stunt in a scheme is because it is somewhere deep down. Even though a lot of people are putting pieces of it together, oh, she's isolated herself from the industry isolated her, all these things have happened to her. Whereas again, she's still a champion in the craft. So there's deals and things. Abundant new beginnings will always be presented. She's still a champion in the craft, is what people are missing, right? The community. There are still people in the community who fuck with her real fucking heavy. The people in the community still fuck with her real fucking heavy. And that's the thing here. It's like, yes, this is a game. Yes, this is a scheme. Yes, there is some underlying motive to, and it's like someone mentioned like wanting like an umpire to back her. This isn't necessarily that. This is an equal exchange that will leave choosing self. This is an equal exchange. So this is her doing this out of like, this is very Taurian energy and bull in a china shop. Really, really, this is like if this is like watching Batman literally take off the bat suit and get dressed up in Joker geesh. Like this is Batman was already a superhero who took shit too far, right? But like the Joker was already a super villain, so we never needed you to one to come undone and really go cross all over. This is whereas people think she's like crossed all the way over to like the MAGA side. This is something that is going to leave both parties drained ridiculously. I don't think in a financial sense, but this is going to blow up in fucking faces. I do feel that Taurus energy out here, having all the resources, accomplishing field, they have all the resources to do what they are doing, to pull whatever this is, whatever the underlying issue is. I think a lot of the underlying issue is about placement here, but also these may be, to be honest, it's not the power complex that you all think you're understanding by saying like, oh, she's seeking asylum. And in that reference, I wanna when you're seeking asylum from a country or from a person or from a situation, there's a reason why that happens, right? There is something that is happening that makes you have to flee. And that's what it is. A lot of people are like, oh, they what are they offering her? They have all the resource, all the other things that she was already offered. These is having all the resources and accomplished and fulfilled. It is things that she was already offered. But what I believe is the power player that we all are ignoring here, or like saying she's like crazy for calling out, is like blocking those resources. He has built relationships that extends far beyond. Again, a lot of these mega hip hop moguls have done that. Extend relationships or extend relationships far beyond the reach of like that in a hip hop community or that in the music industry. He has done that. So seek asylum, yes. But the reason having to do so is because somebody has pushed her out because they can't make a new one. This is somebody who was like, fine, you push me to go team up with people where I know you can't block the opportunities because you can't get in these rooms. Because you talk about not being in these rooms for public appeal. The Aquarius card. The Aquarius card is it's an air card, but with a water energy. This is somebody playing on emotions in a calculated kind of way. Not surprising that this card comes out here because, in one sense, Nikki is like rage baiting us. But in another sense, there's actual business happening in the background in which they're like, we'll give you the opportunities we know you've been denied. Balance. They're willing to pay balance to the situation. It's almost like MAGA is willing to pay restitution for what Rock Nation has done. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, if you know, in a standard tarot deck, is fulfillment, happiness, joy. They're willing to make her. They're willing to make her whole. And yes, it is a power play using them to get into a certain space. Self-employed. This is I have to do what is best to keep my business going, because everybody else has already made their moves, made their choices, said their things to keep their business going, to keep their dealings going in a certain kind of way. This is that. But what is MAGA looking to achieve or looking to get out of MAGA Minaj? Material forces, repentance, Pisces energy, respinning the story, her influence, most of all. Material forces is here, first card out. Most of all, her influence. They're not looking to have to repent to like spin the story in a different way or like to come back from this. They're looking to use somebody who is with major influence to reshape the story, retell it. Is this going to work? Lessons learned, betrayal, and Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to say this. The first card that came out is the lessons learned, and this is more of a secondary high priestess card in this oracle deck. So I'm going to say this. She is ready for the double cross. It's going to be a nasty piece of double cross, because the second card that comes out is betrayal. She is ready for the double cross. It's going to be a nasty piece of double cross. However, it's going to be a nasty piece of double cross because Miss Minaj is going to walk away with the wealth and the riches that was promised to her. They think she's going to lose everything based on this move if the double cross happens. But because she's already planned for the double cross. She's already planned for you guys to fuck her and run. She's already planned for MAGA to fuck her and run. That's the interesting part here. That's the interesting, from rags to riches. She know how it's like knowing how the game goes, knowing how I got here. I know how this game goes. There's going to be a lot of false promises, a lot of false sales. Spiritual partnership. Mm. But this is the line with the truth card popping out here, spiritual partnership. This is the line to happen, and it's a line to happen this way in the public. It's something about how this is going to play out in the public. This is two parties trying to use each other to balance out. Again, they've offered her. It keeps coming off like restitution, like they feel like they're going to make her right, make something right for her, because these people know. It's interesting enough because even though it's a different side of the world, if you will, these people know personal power. They know of her personal power and her strength, but they know of these money opportunities. They know what's been happening to her with these money opportunities. The high priestess, how she's been able to like block and come into conflict with a lot of these, but they understand they know the truth of these situations. That's the thing. They know the background, what's actually happening that the public doesn't know about. And that's the thing, is because they included or because they are included in this, and they know as well, because they are included in knowing the information of what's going on in the background. It's kind of like still knowing that, like, hey, we know that you tell the truth, but the world doesn't know that you tell the truth. But we're backing you based on knowing that you tell the truth. But like when it's time to fuck you, we're gonna be like, well, she doesn't tell the truth. It's the same thing. But the funny thing is, because they're planning to do this already, she's gonna get off with every fucking thing. My income is constantly increasing. She's gonna get off with their fucking money. She's gonna show them. You should have dealt with Jay-Z. I'm willing to bet that she's going to show them. She's going to come out of this with divine guidance poking its head through here. This isn't something she's doing blind. She's putting like obviously her faith in the Most High or in God, whatever title you would like to call them, but or they them. It's putting your all into your faith to make this move, but it's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. Watch this. It's gonna be a double cross. It's gonna fall apart. No, she's not fully sold into MAGA. It feels very rage baby right now. It feels very rage baby. When she said there's like a lot of people who like I feel are like relatable to the president. It's not. It is true. It's true. It's not rage bait. There's a lot of people who feel that's how he got the office. There's a lot of things that she's going to say, and you have to understand she speaks in nuances, and she's very particular about wording. She's very particular about wording, and she speaks in nuances all the time. You really have to listen. This is somebody who's playing to win right now. Imagination illuminated. This is somebody who's playing to win, and feels like they're being guided by higher spirits, ancestral energy, definitely. The shadow is you too. Yeah, there's a lot of people, a lot of happening in the shadows, a lot going on in the shadows. This isn't the only. Public gonna get to see this all go down. Discord and drama. First card out. Yes, we will. Twitter wars, proper planning, know your worth. And no matter what happens outside of myself, I know that I'm safe. There's no like, I don't think there's like, I'm hearing like no NDAs, like no agreements signed, passionate new beginnings. It's like no, something about no agreements or no like documents signed. The tower jumping out there. That could be something too. No documents signed, no clauses. Let's get a card for Turning Point USA. A decision will be made. Two of Cups. Trust your intuition and creativity. Um, mm, definitely using her for her influence. They definitely need her for her influence. Definitely need her for her influence. I'm gonna leave that here. That's the basis of this. I think she is rage baiting us, but there's a stunt and scheme and a plan underneath. For the most part of this, there's a plan underneath. Do we know what the plan is, Spirit? Six of Swords in reverse, the Five of Swords upright, the King of Cups. Six of Swords in reverse talks about chaos. Five of Swords upright talks about defeat. And the King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Could be, could not be. Um, is this a defeat to Jay-Z? The Emperor in the reverse, the Queen of Swords upright, the King of Wands in reverse. Ugh. I would say no. There will be things revealed with the Sun card dropping into my lap. There'll be things revealed about that Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Cups. I think the King of Cups is meant to talk about a level of elevation. Ten of Swords and the Lovers in reverse, disharmony, a breakup, a dissolution of something. This is probably, we were focused on the plan, but this is the shit falling apart. It's like that's so destined to happen that it won't let me see like the plan here. Knight of Pentacles upright with the Six of Cups in reverse. Let's see what crossed over the Nine of Pentacles face down. The Hangman Emperor upright. So that's a perception card. Bad memories. Knight of Pentacles. Bad memories. Slow movement. Knight of Pentacles is slow movement. Mythology, logic, um, perception. Oh, that's the plan. The plan is to change perception. The Iggy's plan? Everybody's plan is to change perception. That's odd. Everybody's plan is to change perception of something. And they're doing it in like most odd of ways, I think. I don't know. There's masks being worn. Somebody's not. Things are not clear here. There's truths that are not spoken. Five of Pentacles and the Tower are both out here, which are poverty and destruction. But through destruction comes liberation. So, what is the liberation that comes from this? Knight of Cups in reverse, Four of Wands. Something ends up being more stable after something is withdrawn. The Temperance coming out here, indicating harmony, balance. Again, a lot of things are impending on like changing perception and putting things back into balance. The way it's going about is wild, but expect for this all to blow up in everybody's face. I'm going to stand by that decision that Nick's going to walk away with a pile of cash, babe. And that's kind of going to be one of the things that like really sticks to people, and I think it's the MAGA people, is that they were going to burn her, they were going to fry her, they were going to cook her on the back end of this. They were going to screw her on the back end of this, so she's ready for it. And instead of that, with the Ace of Swords here, they were going to cook her on the back end of this. Okay, the Death in the reverse. They didn't care about changing shit for her. So whatever her plan, perception, whatever she told them, like, oh, this is the plan, this is the perception, this is what I want to change, that's not gonna. Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's not going to change. It's not really going to balance itself out. However, that I don't even think she told them the truth why she's partnering with them. The star in reverse. She didn't tell them the truth why she's partnering with them. Whatever this perception deal is that they think is working for them or working with her is a lie. She didn't tell them the truth to begin with. She accepted the partnership under, I'm not going to say under false pretenses because I'm sure there's a contract somewhere, but under the guise of like renewing images or something like that, like renewing, like not like renew, like changing the image, changing the perception of how something is perceived. And again, like I said, they're gonna cook her on the back end of this. They're gonna end up trying to like fuck her over. She's gonna walk away with like the cash, and they're gonna like tell the Eight of Swords of reverse freedom. Like she gonna be free. She's gonna walk away, get paid, and they're gonna tell like, girl, she played us. I'm not gonna lie. And when that comes out, MAGA, nobody's gonna care. No one's gonna care. The barbs is gonna look at you and laugh. The moon card, because they knew in their subconscious, girl, you got in the bed. Wow. Uh-uh. We told you that. Uh-uh. But I'm definitely hearing that line. This is a stunt and a scheme set up by Todd to come to us with the bullshit. Truly, I do feel like that energy covers this. A lot of mystery, a lot of secrecy. I think the secrecy is because there's a lot, like I said in the beginning, the Scorpio energy covering this is about secrecy and mystery, but it's because they're planning a double cross and she's already hip to the double cross. Number one. Number two, they're going to try and do this and think that it's going to they think that they're her last chance anyway, and she's going to tank her public image by working with them. But she's about to get off with the cash, the image, the work, whatever it is, paid up, out of there. The level up is going to be crazy. Going to be crazy considering all things considered. All right. I'm going to leave that there for you guys. In the meantime, it's all love in the hood. Peace.